Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about scales. In the last video we talked about the parts of the scale, the tonic, supertonic, mediant, those things. So make sure that if you don't know that you look at the previous video. But basically I want to talk about how you build a major scale and how you know if something's a major scale, if it's a minor scale. So on and so forth. So in the notes I talk about the pattern of whole and half steps, which is important for you to know, but in this video I'm going to show you the easiest way for you to pass when it comes to scales. So the easiest way is through key signatures, which is why I taught you key signatures first. So let's say I want you to build a D major scale. So we'll do our treble clef, and basically when it says D major scale, you know that the tonic is D. The tonic means the first note. Every scale is going to have 8 notes, okay? So with the D major scale, we have to put what the key signature would be for D major, which is 2 sharps. So a sharp on F and a sharp on C. Then you start on D, and it doesn't really matter what D you start on. I mean, you could start up here, but then you have to do a bunch of ledger lines, which I don't think you want to do. So you start on D, and then you fill in like this by steps until you reach 8 notes. And that would be a D major scale. Now, if you see it on a quiz, most likely the key signature is not going to be there, and there's going to be accidentals. So let me show you how to transfer that over. So all you have to do is when you see that I want a D major scale, you start on D, and you make sure that you have 8 notes. And then you think about what the key signature would be for D major, which we said was 2 sharps. And then you need to know the order of the sharps, which you did for your previous homework. So the order of those is on F and on C. And that's all you need to know for building a major scale. So it's really important that you know your key signatures. Let's do another example just to make sure that we get the concept. So this time we'll be in bass clef. And let's say that I want a flat major scale. So we know that we have to start on A flat. So before we put down any accidentals, I'm just going to put in the notes. So we need 8 notes, and we start on A. So all you do is go through and circle each of those. And then we need to put the accidentals in. So for A flat, we need 4 flats. So you put them in the order that they appear. So there's a flat on B. There's a flat on E, there's a flat on A, and remember that you have 2 A's because it's the tonic, so you're always going to have 2 of the tonic. So make sure that you're aware of that when you're putting in the accidentals. So we have B, E, A, and we need 1 more, which is D. And that would be your major scale. Now let's talk about some minor scales. There's 3 different minors. The easiest one is the natural minor because again all you need is the key signature. So what you do for the natural minor is it's the relative minor of the major. So let's come back over here and say that we want the relative minor of D major. So what we have to do is go back to our handy dandy piano, and we're going to start on D and go back 3 half steps. So 1, 2, 3. We land on B. That means that it's going to be B minor. which means that the tonic is B, so we have to start on B and have 8 notes. So start on B, and we're going to draw the notes up. Now we have to start using ledger lines, and there you go. Now we have to put the accidentals in. You never want to forget that step. So since it's the relative minor, we need the same key signature as D major. So we know that we need an F sharp and a C sharp. So here's a C sharp and here's an F sharp. And that's how you do the natural minor. So I'll put natural here. Now, there's 2 other minors. There's the harmonic minor, which is the next easiest, and the melodic minor. For harmonic minor, all you do is raise the leading tone. This is where knowing the labels of each of the pitches is important. The leading tone is always the 7th scale degree. So we have 8 degrees here, right? So this would be the 7th because it comes right before 8. So in order to do harmonic minor, you would keep everything the same. But you would raise the 7th. That doesn't always mean that you're going to have a sharp on the 7th. Sometimes the 7th can be flatted and you'll put a natural sign, but you're raising the 7th. Let's do another example of harmonic minor. So let's say that I want C harmonic minor. I need to find the relative major first. So we have to go the other way because we're going from minor to major on the piano. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to be E flat. So for E flat, we have 3 flats. So we're going to start on C. Make sure that we have 8 notes. Now we need to put our 3 flats in. So B, E, and A. Now it's harmonic minor, so we have to raise the 7th. And I accidentally put this on a G. Blah. So we have to raise the 7th, which is this B flat. So instead of it being a sharp this time, it's going to be a natural because it was flatted, and the next step up is it being natural. So that's an example of it being naturaled instead of it being sharped, but you always raise the 7th when it's harmonic minor. Now melodic is the final minor. And let's say that we want a melodic minor. A is the easiest because it's equivalent to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's equivalent to C major. C major has no flats or sharps. So we don't need to worry about that. Now the interesting thing about melodic minor, which is how you always know that it's melodic minor as opposed to natural or harmonic, is that it goes up and back down. So we go up to A and then we go back down to A on the other side. Like that. Now we need to think about accidentals here. So on the upside of melodic minor, what you do is you raise the 6th and the 7th. So let's count up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to raise the 6th and you're going to raise the 7th. Remember, this is submediant and leading tone. You're going to need to know that for your homework. Then on the other side, you lower them back to their original. So this would be naturaled, and this would be naturaled. So just to review, for major, all you do is start on the tonic, which is the name of the key. You go up and make sure you have 8 notes, so it's always got to be tonic to tonic. And then you put the key signature in, the accidentals for the key signature. For natural minor, that just means the regular minor. So you're going to start on a different note, because remember, relative minor means that you have a different tonic but the same key signature. And then you're going to fill in the key signature. So you start on B, you make sure that you have 2 tonics, 8 notes. And then you're going to go to your piano and you're going to count so that you know what the major is, which is D major, and put in that key signature. For harmonic minor, you're going to do that exact same thing, but raise the 7th. Sometimes that's a sharp, sometimes that's a natural. And melodic minor, remember that you have to go up the scale and then back down. You raise the 6th and 7th, and you lower them going back down.